All right, we are now live. This is Freelance Duck Hunting. This live chat, I've asked Zach, aka LoneStar Duckman, to come in and hold a conversation with us. He's a member over on Patreon, where we have a lot of extra content. I've got extra videos over there and all our yearly statistics and just all sorts of stuff. So if you're interested in checking out Patreon and becoming a subscriber or a member over there, I attached the link down below. Go over and check it out. If there's any questions you have about it, feel free to email me at freelanceduckhunting@gmail.com. So I brought Zach in, and we're just going to talk about hunting and fishing and answer any questions that you guys might have. So obviously from your name, you live in Texas, right?
Yes, sir. Sure do.
And people probably know you because this is what, the third time? How many times have you been on a live stream? I know at least seven.
I think this is the third time.
Third time. So what part of Texas do you live in, and what is your outdoor activities? Like, what all do you go after? What do you do?
So I live about 50 miles south of Houston, down on the coast, and do a lot of duck hunting down there and a lot of fishing. We do lots of freshwater, saltwater. We have it, pretty much all of it, within an hour's drive of us. So we do a lot of fishing year round.
And what kind of ducks do you shoot? What kind of fish do you catch?
We catch, I guess, fish. We catch redfish, trout, flounder. We do a little bit of offshore fishing. We'll catch some red snapper and do a few shark trips. And then freshwater, we catch bass and crappie, catfish, just the usual freshwater fish. It's kind of a mix. We do a lot of puddle duck hunting.
Yeah.
But the coast down here is also really well known for its diver hunts. And so we do shoot a lot of redheads and bluebills.
Yeah, I've only shot one bluebill in like the past 5 years. We just don't hardly ever see them. We've been seeing a lot more ringnecks than we had. By a lot of ringnecks, I mean shooting like a couple a year. We don't see very many of those either. But
yes, sir.
The bluebills, I love those ducks, and we just don't see them very often. We had a nice flock come in during the youth hunt that the boys whiffed on.
Yes, sir. I remember that.
I don't see them that much.
They're a fun duck to hunt. Their diver hunts are really some of the funnest of the year. They just, when they come into the decoys, you may have 1,000 in a group that just dive bomb you, and once they're committed, there's no circling or working. They're coming right in.
Yeah, that's nice. So, how many ducks do you keep track of? How many ducks did you shoot in a year?
I think we wound up. I don't keep my personal stat. I just keep for the hunts, and I think we got, I want to say, about 250.
Wow.
Total and we hunted usually with three to four people. Okay. Average on a hunt.
Okay. So, and how many hunts a year do you think you guys went on?
I think 29 this year. 29 total.
Okay. So in the 70s per person?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you're averaging right around 3 ducks a hunt, maybe a little bit less than probably?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Somewhere around there.
Yeah. My personal goal is if I can average out 3 ducks a hunt, that's a really good year, which I did not even come close to. This the worst year we've had. This is the worst year that I've had since I started keeping detailed stats in 2008. But yeah, average between 60 and upper 70s.
Yes, sir.
Three ducks a hunt average is perfectly quality, I think, and
yes,
something that's happy. So you guys did pretty well.
We did. We had a pretty good season. It was spotty at times. We would go for a week or two and not see hardly any. And then we would get kind of waves of migration. We never had a big push of birds. We would see a little flurry here and there that would push down. But like I said, those flurries happened just at the right time. We were out there and able to take advantage of it.
And do they pretty much come with the cold fronts down there?
Pretty much. There's actually a little bit of a delay. Our hunting actually comes, or is best probably about 2 days after the cold front pushes through. When the wind kind of shifts back, with the hard north wind here really hurts us more than it helps us for whatever reason that is. But when the north wind kind of dies down and it shifts back out of the east, that's when we do our best hunting.
The migration is really hard to figure out. Like we had during teal season this year, I took Friday off and opening day was Saturday. And on Friday, there was literally no ducks down there at all. And a front came in Friday morning. I'm sorry, Thursday night, a really hard cold front came in. No ducks showed up on that cold front. We scouted all day Friday, and it blew north wind all day, all night Thursday night, all day Friday, and we didn't see anything. At the end of Friday night, the wind shifted coming back from the south. And so on our Friday night scout, I figured that the morning hunt was just going to be terrible because the north wind had already completely come and gone, and no ducks had come in.
No ducks, yes, sir.
Morning, ducks everywhere. So it's just hard to predict. I mean, I don't know. Did it just take them a while to find it? I mean, surely they didn't migrate in on that south wind. I assume that they always migrate in on the north wind, but it was a day after, like about 10, 12 hours after the south wind, there was ducks everywhere.
Yes, sir. I've never really understood that fully, but it does seem like they show up on a south wind more consistently.
Yeah, I've always thought that. Now I've caught them before on north wind, like coming in right on a north wind.
Yes, sir.
I had a day where I knew, and actually this video is an old video that I have up. Like it's called Freelance Rewind, but it was amazing. We hunted one evening and shot one duck. We hunted clear up until 12 noon the next day and didn't shoot anything. And my dad and my brother-in-law took off because my brother-in-law wasn't feeling well. And I knew that this huge front was coming in at right at noon. And so that wind shifted from the north, and within 25, 30 minutes, there was ducks everywhere. I mean, they all rode right at the front of that front right on through, and I shot my limit in an hour right on that north wind.
Wow.
It's hard to predict.
It is. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I can't stop thinking about waterfowl season, but I suppose we should probably do a little more talking about fishing. I think you're probably a little more avid fisherman than myself. I really like to fish, but it's like duck hunting is what it's all about, and fishing's like, well, okay, that might be kind of nice, and so I'll go. But I don't have much knowledge as far as what different things to use and how to. I mean, people that know how to fish, it's like a science.
It is.
To how to present it, and so how big into fishing are you, and how much do you do it?
We do a lot of fishing. I'm not an expert at all. I'm still really novice as far as fishing goes. But we do fish a lot, and we have pretty good success. But everybody down here on the coast fishes, so. We go and have a day where we catch half a limit of fish, and we're happy. And I go on Facebook, and all my buddies have, 50 fish stringers, and so that kind of puts you in your place a little bit. But fishing, I'm like you. I'm into duck hunting, number one. But I do enjoy fishing and getting out during the summertime and just relaxing on the water.
Yeah, that's the main thing for me. I just want to get out and relax and not work that hard at what I'm doing. And I mean, I'm willing to work as hard as I need to work to shoot ducks, and I work hard whether I shoot ducks or not. But fishing, I want to go out and relax.
Yes, sir. That's the same way I am. Yeah.
So what's the best fish you've ever caught then?
The best fish I've ever caught, let's see, probably we caught last year one redfish. We were fishing down close to the surf, right on the coast, and got into some redfish. We caught several that were probably 35 to 40 pounds, and that's probably my biggest fish.
What? Say that again.
Probably 35 to 40 pounds. Redfish. They're down there. They come kind of during the fall, right before duck season picks up. Excuse me. The redfish actually migrate offshore or move offshore to spawn. And you catch them coming through the passes down there, and that's a lot of fun. And that's when you catch the really big ones.
I caught about a 6-pound largemouth bass, but the cool thing about it is I don't remember the exact length of it. I'm thinking it was like 20 inches long. which is really short for that poundage of a fish. It was just like a complete round fat toad.
Yes, sir.
But that's the best I've ever caught. And I've caught, we spent quite a bit of time right in north central Nebraska. And if any of you guys listen, are in the range of Kansas, Nebraska, north central Nebraska, up by Valentine, Nebraska, they've got all these natural lakes from the groundwater comes up, and it's the closest place around that you can fish for pike. And I don't know if you've ever caught pike before, and they are the funnest fish to catch. So you can go up there and catch 5-6 pound and nice bass, and it's an amazing place. And they've got sharp-tailed grouse, and it's an awesome place.
Wow, that's awesome.
We've spent quite a bit of time up there, so like 5 or 6 different trips.
Yes,
so
sir.
I've probably caught most of my best fish in that area. We started going up there to hunt sharp-tailed grouse and lesser prairie chickens. And you hunt up there, you hunt them kind of like pheasants, where you just walk them and flush them up out of little berry patches and stuff.
Yes, sir.
And after that, then we started fishing it, and man, there's pronghorn up at this place. Is like, if I could move someplace, that might be top of the list.
Wow, man.
Have you ever caught pike at all?
I haven't. No, sir. I sure haven't. I would love to. We came through. I think I told you we came up to Montana last summer, and just the drive up there, we passed several of the lakes, and we came up through Nebraska, Kansas, Nebraska, and on up in South Dakota, and then across to Montana, and just passed some beautiful places. I really wanted to have some time to spend there and fish, but unfortunately, we didn't have enough time to stick around.
Yeah. So we were talking when we were off air. You're 21. So lay out for me, what's your life plan? Like, you going to college? You have a job? What are you doing? What's your plan?
I'm actually a junior in college right now. I'm a biology major, and I'm hoping to go to dental school. That's my plan.
So you're a biology major hoping to go into dental school? How does that work? That doesn't seem like those two fit.
Sir. It's kind of strange, but to meet the requirements of dental schools here in Texas, you have to have pretty much all the classes that are offered for a biology major. And so my major is just declared as biology. It's all the life sciences and 4 semesters of chemistry. So it's almost more of a biochem major, but just a lot of science classes.
And then you go right into dental school. And how many years is that?
That's another 4 years.
Wow, that's a lot of schooling. So you're looking,
what,
you got about 6 years left?
Yes, well, yes, sir. Hopefully 6. Maybe able to cut one of those years off. I'm almost done with my prerequisite classes, and so actually to go to dental school, you don't have to graduate from college. You can go straight, as long as you meet the requirements. You can go straight to dental school. So I might be able to shave off at least a semester of my 4-year degree.
Okay. All right. Now, before we were also talking, you said you did some gigging of, I don't know that word. I don't even know what that means. So what are you talking about? Flounder.
Flounder. Yes. That is, I actually just got into that about 2 years ago. My buddy got me into that, and it is probably one of the most fun ways to fish that I've ever done. So pretty much down here on the coast, there's a lot of little bays, little shallow water areas, and a lot of places that we duck hunt actually, with water, less than a foot deep. And we'll walk around at night during the summertime. The flounder, which are kind of, you'll have to, I guess, look them up, but they're a flatfish. I don't know, you know what a halibut is, maybe? Yeah,
I know what a flounder. Aren't they the ones that have the eyes on like weird, like on the tops of their head?
They do. They're on the same side of their body. That's strange.
Okay, yeah.
So they come in during the summertime, and they move up at night in these really shallow flats and to feed. And basically what flounder gigging is walking around with a spear and a spotlight and just shining around, walking around and stabbing them. And
nice.
It is a lot of fun. I'm going to try to take some videos and post. Like I said, it's really more like a hunting trip than it is a fishing trip.
Do you watch any of Bob and Nate's videos? I talk about them too much. I'm so infatuated.
I do. No, I do.
They're spearing the pike?
I haven't. I didn't see that.
I didn't even know this was a thing. They make an ice hole in shallow water, and they stand over the hole with like a three-pronged spear,
Mm-hmm.
and they just Nays out there just working these pike right in the skull.
Oh wow, that is awesome. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, you'll have to check them out. They're pretty. They're pretty. It's pretty interesting. I didn't even know that was something that people did either. But it's
Oh,
pretty
that's
interesting.
cool.
Yeah, I had them on. I had them on a live stream. It was so much fun. They are great. I'm really hoping that next year when they swing down to, because they went going after some hogs down in Texas, and
Yes, sir.
next year in that time we can get in a hunt.
Yes, sir. Wow, that'll be cool.
So a lot of people on the board are talking about turkey hunting. I know that you said you don't turkey hunt, but we've got that coming up here real soon. So we're definitely going to be out doing some different turkey hunting. I know Golden Boy's turkey hunting, and Dan and I have a farmer friend that has some really good places. We didn't shoot one last year, but the year before we went out without scouting one time and shot one real easy. So
wow,
we're going to be doing. We're only going to be going about 25 minutes tonight, so we got about 8 more minutes. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and post those questions up, and Zach or myself will go ahead and answer them. And again, I want to encourage you guys to head on over to Patreon with the link down below in the description, and just check out what's available over there, because there is quite a bit of content. And I like to put things up there that don't quite make it into the videos, things I really enjoy, but don't quite make it into the videos for whatever reason. Like the video Duck Endowment. Did you see that one, Zach? The Duck Endowment video?
I did. That was something else.
Were you aware of that fact about ducks?
I had never known. I've never even seen anything like that. That was wild.
That was wild. You know, I'm an elementary school, so that one could be the main video, because some of my students do like completely clean, but yeah, that's another one. So anyway, head on over to Patreon and check it out. The other thing I wanted to update everyone on, and you might be interested in this, is that I've got a developer working on a website that'll helps you easily keep track of all your hunting statistics.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm hoping that's going to be up and running. He says he's going to have it up and going and ready by like August 1. So it's only going to be like, there's going to be a whole side of it that's free, but then there's going to be a side of it that's, I'm not sure the price point, maybe like $5. It's not going to be a whole lot a month. It's just I think a lot of people would really love keeping stats. When I talk to people, the problem is just how do you go about doing it? Where do you house it? And just that whole side of it is what people seem to have a problem with.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That would be awesome. I think that'll be a big help. I would love to keep better statistics. It's just, like you said, not knowing where to start and how to do it, really.
Yeah, I love looking at I'll go back to like 7 years ago and look through every single hunt, look at how I did, look at the notes I kept, and I mean, I'll around probably July I start doing that, where I go and Izzy's first hunt, and how she'll have little notes about how she did and how many birds I shot, and year, and my shooting percentage, and love it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So we're running down, guys. I know there was some questions I missed that flew by on the chat screen. So if you guys have any questions now, go ahead and put them up there. I know Kansas Fisherman has been mentioned several times in the live chat, and someone asking, I think it was Colton or Colson, if I think it was Colson Bennett was asking kind of my thoughts on him and if I would ever do a live stream with him. I think that would actually be a really good idea to do a live stream with him.
Yes, sir.
Watch any of his videos at all?
I do. Yes, sir. I sure do.
Yeah, his channel, I mean, those guys pounded the Ducks this year. They had
a really good year.
Season. If they can back that up year after year after year, that's going to be absolutely incredible, because they just slaughtered him. And his channel is really taken off, and he seems like a pretty interesting, pretty down-to-earth, interesting guy.
Yes,
he really
sir.
does.
Yes, sir.
My thoughts on him, I may have to have him on and talk to him, because I do think that would be interesting.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
The only other people that I've really invited, just gone out and invited, was Bob and Nay. And the reason that I invited them is I just think that they are so entertaining that I just can't even stand it. And I'm just such a fan of that. That would be so cool to talk to them.
Yes, sir.
And it was. So I see Drake's here and Golden Boy's here. And what kind of gun are you shooting, Zach? I think we talked about it last time, but I don't remember.
I shoot an 1187 Remington.
And that's a semi-automatic?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think I lost him for a second, but I see a Golden Boy talking trash. Careful, Golden Boy. I know all sorts of secrets about you that I can divulge. He said, "I've got." I don't have a crush on either of them, and I certainly super fans and infatuated with their channel because it's amazing, and the content they put out is amazing. Bob's getting better with the editing too. He's throwing in some music. Anyway, moving away from the whole Bob and Nate. Jack wants to know, have you ever hunted in Minnesota? I have fished in Minnesota. That's the first place that I caught pike. Waters right in between Minnesota and Canada, and took a 2-week canoeing trip back in the middle of nowhere and caught smallmouth and pike. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to get to Minnesota, but that's one of the most amazing places in the entire world.
I haven't had the chance to go there, but I would love to.
I mean, they call it the state land of 1,000 lakes, right? Because I mean, literally, when we went up there with the canoe, you just have endless amounts of lakes surrounded just by, I'm not sure what kind of trees, coniferous trees,
Wow.
and so you go to one lake and there might be like 100 yards to a quarter of a mile connecting one lake to the other. So you portage. And you just do these series of portages over these lakes. So by the time 4 days go, you're so far back in that, I mean, you couldn't be farther away from civilization. If anything happened, you'd just be screwed. But that's one of the great things about it.
That is awesome, man.
I don't know about Texas, but in Kansas, going out and getting lost out in the outdoors and really getting away from everything is really, really difficult.
Yes, sir. It is. It is. A lot of people and a lot of competition.
Yeah. I've got a couple places around here as far as woods go where I know I can get into and not see anyone else. And
Yes,
I'm probably only 1.5 miles away from farmhouses and stuff, but I'm lucky in my area that I do actually have public land tracts of woods that I've never ever seen anyone in.
Yes, sir. I
don't know why I've never seen anyone in them. I don't know why people don't go to places. I mean, they're public, but people don't. It's hard enough to get to that people don't mess with them.
Maybe so. Yes, sir.
Well, we've been going for about 24 minutes, so I think we're going to go ahead and close it down now. But I really appreciate you coming and talking with me, and we're definitely going to do it again.
Absolutely.
So you did a bunch of good fishing stories for me.
Yes, sir. I'll be working on it. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, I know we kind of were chasing each other around trying to get this thing scheduled.
Yes, sir.
But I'm glad it done because you seem way much more wise and older than 21. I think you've got it together. So.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
If you ever do cut down through Kansas for any reason at all, even if it's just, give me a ring, and even if we just go out for a cup of coffee or just fish,
yes,
you come
sir.
through this area, you got to give me a holler.
I sure will. Thank you.
All right. Well, I will definitely be keeping in touch with you, and we'll do this again. But take care,
Yes, sir.
guys,
Sounds
and thank
good.
you so much for joining us. And I'm going to be doing another live stream pretty soon. I need to talk to Drake because I'm planning on having Drake on for another one. So be looking for that, guys. And if you have not joined the Facebook page, I will always announce these chats on Facebook, maybe not as quickly or as soon as I should. But if you're wanting to know when these are coming up, go to Facebook, Freelance Duck Hunting, and join over there. And that's the easiest way to know when these upcoming live chats are going to be on. So good luck with you guys' turkey hunting and fishing.